Hey guys, how y'all doing? I'm going to give you guys a recap on a new episode of Concrete Revolutio, Choujin Gensou, or you could just call it Concrete Revolutio. Now, this episode right here was almost the same thing as the other episodes, you know. It shows a little backstory here and there and so forth, so if anything else, let's go. Okay, at the beginning of the episode, we have to it that we are in the 5 years in the future, and then later on we have to it that Jiro is getting ready to investigate a couple things, but gets ambushed by one of his former comrades or partners, you know. And later on we have to it that Earth-chan is trying to help him out, but gets captured in a robot's giant hand, and she was getting crushed apparently, and Jiro yells out Daitetsu to knock it off, and therefore it shows Daitetsu, and we get a backstory of him. What we get to know about this kid is that he used to do a lot of crazy stuff, like possibly bringing a kid home or possibly stopping a criminal. But eventually, you know, we get to know that his power is that he can manipulate metal, possibly. Not only what it shows what the kid Daitetsu can do, he ends up being trying to track down Rainbow Knight whatsoever, which this Rainbow Knight became like what, some kind of childhood person throughout many kids or something, or many other fans of him, because he used to rescue people and became an ally of justice as it is shown in this episode. Meanwhile, we do have a moment where Kiko's trying to figure out what's this kid's power, you know, but we find out later in the episode. And of course, like the Rainbow Knight appears, but apparently that was Jiro himself in disguise, which is shown later in this episode, to possibly like stop the kid Daitetsu from doing kinds of crimes. He actually stole the ray gun. He ends up being the Eye of Lucifer villain to try to draw the Rainbow Knight out. The reason being he did that is because he wants to know about his crimes and so forth, because we get to find out that he was a kidnapper, which is really ridiculous, but he kidnapped these kids for a reason, because he wants to protect them due to the fact that they have superhuman powers beyond their control, which is something that is pretty shocking indeed in other cases, you know. And of course, like they did have a couple problems with here, and Jiro works with Daitetsu to take down a giant rock monster, but apparently that was all of a setup. Everything was just a setup to lure Daitetsu out and possibly give up the things in his confession of crimes whatsoever, you know. I'm thinking in my mind, my dear Lord, are you real serious about this right now? So yeah, nothing much really going on, but it goes back, I think after the credits, it goes back to the 5 years into the future, where Daitetsu's now a grown-up man, and later on he scolds and gets angry at Jiro for what he has become, and he gets ready to fight him, you know? So yeah, well, pretty crazy episode. Well, not really crazy, but we get to know another character named Daitetsu and what he used to be. That's all I can really give out right now, and possibly uncovering the Rainbow Knight's crimes and so forth, and of course, like, it gives us the 5 years in the future, what happens, and then so forth, you know? That's all I can really say in this episode. Just a new character, Daitetsu, is being involved, and we get to know about him, his power, and what he became, why he became that way, yada, yada, yada. So until then, I'll see you guys later. I'm Alpha Zero. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.